All right, trying to get a quick hitter. Let's see if I can do this in 2 minutes. Thoughts on the market. So it's pretty evident. I mean, part of it is just going into a weekend with the war. But I actually don't even think the war is that big of a situation. The market should have been selling off throughout the week, and it seemed to hold up when things were actually worse. So I think the markets, for the most part, are doing their own thing. Now, what I've been saying for weeks now, I love that you might get some overnight price action that's bullish. They'll sell off at the open or just before the open market. I particularly look at the NASDAQ. Could be off 0.4, 0.75. They buy that dip by 10 a.m., 10:30, and we end the day somewhat green. Maybe the NASDAQ's up 0.5%. I've been seeing that for 2 to 3 weeks, even as we kind of like melt up. Now, since Tuesday or Wednesday, now I'm seeing overnight rally. Well, actually, overnight has been mixed, but buying into the open around 8:30, 9:30, right at open, and selling the intraday, selling this rally into the open, which is actually quite bearish, man. You start looking at candles, it's like these are going to start turning into like doji candles on the day, and then the weekly, we're going to get like a couple of those. So I was holding on, like obviously when we see a move from 4,800 or 4,850 to like 6,050, you're like, oh, we need a reset. Like NASDAQ needs to go off 3, 5, 6%. We need to revisit 5,650. Probably not even that low. I mean, I'm still quite bullish, but 5,700, 5,750, 5,800. We've kind of been going sideways and just milking up, and like that could look really bullish on the charts. Like it's not a descending wedge where you're going to get an explosion and up to a move to like 6,600, 6,800, 7,000. But if you see kind of like an ascending channel or an ascending wedge, it could break out of that and make like a nice little move, 3 to 5%. So I'm like, oh, this could just be a running flat. Looks quite bullish. But I don't like the price action since, I guess, Tuesday or Wednesday. I expect Monday to be red as well. Mondays tend to be red even during bull markets for whatever reason. At least I've been witnessing that for quite a few months. So I will likely weather that as far as my trading positions. And then come Tuesday, I will reassess that. Okay, maybe like, I mean, analysts that come on remain quite bullish. And they're like, we're going to get a rate cut. The yields markets are coming down. The DXY stays down. These are like a lot of indicators that are bullish. And we're kind of in a bullish season. A lot of things look good. And you tend to want to be contrarian. And like a lot of people flip. Like I remember right after or going into like this Liberation Day, people are cutting, all these analysts cutting their targets from 6,600 all the way to like 5,400. And there were plenty of them. Then coming out of it, they reverse. And it's kind of like bullshit. Like, come on, man. Like you can't, if you're going to have the end of the year targets, then you have end of the year targets. You can't like just like revise them month to month. That's shit that just doesn't happen on the market. But yeah, I mean, it could ultimately happen where we end up seeing a bit of a sell-off. I still remain quite bullish on my trading portfolios. If I'm going to try to get out and get back in, I think this is a decision I need to make by Tuesday, assuming the NASDAQ doesn't sell off by more than 1 or 1.5% on Monday. And then I do have to start looking at targets at like between 5,700 and 5,800.